Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of Man once again, and today we are doing another manga review. This is the last manga review of the year, unless I manage to get in Gantz right there, recorded and edited and stuff today, which I doubt. So we'll call this the last review of the year. But yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you guys are gonna have a nice time. And I hope you guys are enjoying the last few days of this horrible year as much as you can. So today we are going to be reviewing Komi Can't Communicate Volumes 9 and 10. I love this cover. I think it's super cute. Yeah, so this is written by Tomohito Oda. It's published by Viz, as you guys can see right there. And the demographic is shonen. The genre is rom-com and slice of life. And it doesn't have an adaptation yet, although I think I would love an adaptation. Not sure if it would work that well because Komi is not very talkative, and you can't have a main character that doesn't really talk. It works for side characters pretty nicely, but as the main character, I'm not really sure how it would work. I guess Tadano can work as the way for people to know how Komi feels, but I'm not really sure. And yeah, so the premise here of Komi Can't Communicate, the whole story, not the individual volumes, is that this girl with a communication disorder and some sort of anxiety basically wants to make 100 friends before she finishes high school. So she has 3 years to do it, and these volumes end up covering the very end of the first year and the beginning of the second. And yeah, it's very nice. I really enjoy it. I love this series so much. If you guys want to see my reviews for the first 8 volumes, they're up in a card. The first 8 volumes. I think they're divided into 4 videos, if I remember correctly. This would be the 5th Komi Can't Communicate video. So they'll just be on the card. And yeah, so Volume 9 starts right after Volume 8, and it basically deals with the fallout of the school trip that they took and everyone's kind of like new relationships and the way that they connected after a school trip, which I think is really good. That's a very honest and real kind of situation that occurs. And I remember, moments in high school when I kind of went through the same thing. So I really enjoy it. And then we get a bunch of stuff dealing with Valentine's Day. So apparently in Japan, there's a tradition of making your own Valentine's Day chocolates for the people that you care about. And then you hand them out and give them to people. And depending on who you're giving it to and how you give it to them, conveys different things, I guess. Which is cool. We don't really have that sort of thing here. Or at least I never knew that we had that, which, yeah, I don't know. And then we get this new character called Onigashima, who is a really angry girl, and she gets Komi to kind of like calm her down and kind of like show compassion for her anger issues, I guess. And then they go play baseball. And then we have another girl called Sato, who basically cleans for everyone without, anyone really knowing. And she kind of does a lot of chores and stuff for people basically she's really nice and she never asks anyone for help but gives everyone help. And Komi sees that and she's like, you can ask me for help too. And I thought it was beautiful. It was very cute. I love Komi being so compassionate and so like nice to everyone and really just happy to be around people. I think it's wonderful, and it's something that we really like are missing in 2020. So I really enjoy this kind of like more innocent, more like loving kind of way of looking at people, and I really enjoy Komi's vibrance, I guess. And yeah, and then there's a bit of a romantic subplot here with Komi and Tadano, mostly with the Valentine's Day stuff, but I won't really get into it because I don't want to spoil anything. And then they even have a little bit of a lover's quarrel, which I thought was really cute. And it was funny how they reacted to it, but, you know, it was fun. And then they also had another thing that has to deal with Valentine's called the White Day, which is kind of like when people reciprocate the Valentine's Day chocolates to other people, which is cool. I guess in the US we just do it all on the same day. I don't know. And then there's some BL jokes, which I thought was funny. I think it's cool. I mean, I don't know if I would like BL as a genre that I want to read, but I do find the jokes funny and I enjoy it. It's kind of cute. It was kind of funny because the people that they made the BL jokes with just kind of like don't really fit together, and it's kind of funny. And then volume 10 is basically just like wrap up and then start the new year, essentially. So they have some board game stuff, some end of the year stuff, where basically Komi is like sad because she has so many new friends and she doesn't want to leave them. And it's like the first time that she's felt sad about the end of the year, which is very interesting. And I guess as you get older, that is true. Usually when you're young, it's like, okay, it's the end of the year. That's great. Now I have 3 months of summer and I can do my own thing and not like worry about anything or homework and stuff. And as you get older and you start to develop connections with people, it's like, yeah, this kind of sucks because I can't see you guys for 3 months, basically. Or like not every day. And it kind of like is a kind of sad situation, right? But obviously it's not really a problem because you just have to get together during the summer and it's not that hard. And yeah, then the start of the new year of school, which basically requires meeting new classmates and figuring out where, you know, Komi is situated. Thankfully, she still has Tadano and a few other of her classmates from the first year, so she's okay. And we get the introduction of a new character, who is this girl on the cover, who's a gal, or a gairu. And her name is Manbagi. And I was really weirded out by her fashion choices. I wasn't sure why that kind of culture exists. Although I guess it's just kind of like a exaggeration of things that, you know, Japanese people find interesting. Although it's kind of a cool, you know, style, I guess, or take. But the first time I saw like how she was wearing her makeup, I was pretty weirded out. I was like, oh, okay, what is this? But it's cool. I like it. It's very interesting, and I don't know why it reminded me of like Carnival or something, which maybe is not the right take. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, see, that reminds me of Carnival, like the Brazilian celebration, which is really cool, but I was really weirded out. And I like that Komi had the same reaction. She did like a huge double take. She was like, oh, what the heck? And I thought it was cute. But I really like the character. She has, you know, very emotional impact on you, I think, because she kind of has that like loneliness that Komi had, but in a different way. And it's more like sadder, I guess, because she had friends and then now she's alone and has to restart, which is kind of sadder than Komi, because Komi never had friends and then wanted to get them. And so she wasn't really like knowing what she was missing, I guess. But Manbagi does, so it kind of hurts more and you can connect with it more, I guess, as an individual, or at least I can. Because I'm not the type of person that ever really had problems making friends, but it was kind of like maintaining them or finding the ones that really were your friends versus people that just like interacted with you on a daily basis. That kind of difference was really what I had issues with, which is kind of like what Manbagi kind of has to deal with. And it introduces an actual plot line instead of a bunch of like vaguely linked together situations like all the other previous manga volumes, which is nice. Basically, it's Komi helping Manbagi get friends, which is great because it's a very like well-known technique that in order to learn something, you have to teach it. And that's essentially what's happening here, which I think is very cool. But yeah, I also really like the chapter where it's like Tadano and Komi's brother and sister having their own kind of interaction. And Tadano's sister being like, okay, this guy is lonely and sad, let me help him. When he really isn't. He just doesn't like people. And I thought that was funny. It was really cute. And yeah, so that's basically it. I think there was some other stuff in the volumes, but I didn't really want to give everything away. I hope you guys enjoyed that anyways. But yeah, so the characters here are enjoyable. I really like all the new characters. I think that they add a lot of freshness to the story, which is wonderful. And yeah, I really like Katai. He's really funny because he's kind of like really, really misunderstood. And I think that's hilarious in the way that it like comes off. Because it's like, he just has problems communicating with people, and everyone just assumes that he's an angry guy. I think it's funny. And I really like his relationship with Tadano, because it's very, like, how do you call it? Like, meaningful, I guess, for Katai. And then Tadano's just kind of like, oh, what is up with this guy? And I think it's really funny. And I really like Mambage, like I said, because she's really weird, but she brings out a good plot, and I like the struggles that her character goes through. And yeah, world building wise, there's really nothing there. It's just kind of like, okay, there's these things in Japan, learn about them, which is cool. I really like that. The Gairu culture stuff was probably the most interesting aspect, and I liked it a lot. And yeah, I love the art. It's wonderful. The expressions are amazing. The cuteness of it is really good. There's this scene where Komi is dressed in a like kitty pajama, like it's a cat suit, I guess. But it's like those like animal pajamas that have like the slippers and stuff. And hers is a cat, and she looks so adorable. I think it's wonderful. And yeah, none of these volumes had any fan service. Well, I guess there was one where it's like, oh, Komi's tights are ripped up, and that's like attractive, I guess. But it wasn't real like fan service. It's not like Hiramashima's fan service, so it wasn't anything like racy, I guess. And yeah, I rate all of these a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed them, but the kind of storyline of Komi is kind of getting not boring, but like continuous, and it's kind of not really changing much, which is why I really like the aspect of the plot of the new plot line that's being added, because that's really helpful to add freshness to the story. And yeah, I definitely recommend this. If you like the first couple volumes, do read up until this point. Very nicely done, really enjoyable. And similar titles, Man and His Cat, I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, and Wotakoi are probably the things that are most similar in some way. They either encompass an aspect that Komi does as well, or they deal with romantic entanglements between characters that are kind of socially inept, or it just kind of has a very wholesome feel to it. And yeah, so that's basically it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And as always, thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.